And good morning. Today at the races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter along with our odds maker Keith Fustel. Monday horse racing for you for the rest of the year here at Laurel Park. Will be the big game in town. Hope you can join us. We'll have a nice carryover in the Pick Six. We'll get to that real quick, but I'm excited for Monday racing. Not too many other tracks running today. We should have a large simulcast signal going out across the country.
Definitely, we could be the big fish today, Stan. No
Right.
doubt about it. And I think our handle's going to be phenomenal. We're on the turf today. We did have a couple that were taken off, right? Races 1 and 8 were off the turf, but all the other ones stayed on. Races 3, 6, and 9 have been switched to the all-along turf course, right?
Yep.
And race 5 is now moved to the Dahlia course. So keeps our fields intact. Good betting opportunities throughout this racing card.
Yeah, nice 10-race card. We'll still have 4 big fields on the world-class turf course. Let's take a look here at the 20-cent Rainbow Pick Six. Nice carryover today, a little over 1,700 in that Pick Six carryover. That's going to start race 5 today on the 10-race program. Keith, I know you like the early Pick 5. I like the late Pick 5. The Pick 5's always your best bet here at Laurel with that industry-low 12% takeout. Let's get right to it here. Show you the track conditions. We'll be on a main fast track this afternoon, and we'll show you the turf. Like we said, we're on the all-along for races 3, 6, and 9. We're on the Dahlia for race 5. Races 1 and 8 are taken off the turf. There's the track conditions, though. Main fast track. And our turf course, what's the turf course?
Turf course, we're going to be labeling yielding to get us started this afternoon.
Okay, yielding turf course to get things going. Let's get right to it here in race 1. Race 1's going to kick off. The early Pick 5's always a mandatory payout on the early Pick 5 with that low 12% takeout. It starts in race 1. Race 1, 5.5 furlongs on the main track, claiming 15,000 filly mares wide open. There's the early Pick 5, low 12% takeout, mandatory payout. Here's your ticket, Keith. Let's take a look.
Yeah, early Pick 5 ticket. We're going to reduce this ticket because we did have a later scratch in the third leg. So in the first leg, we're going to get it started off with the 2 and the 11. Race 2, the 1 and the 3 were too deep in there. Third race, we're going to have to shrink it. The 16th heuristic has been scratched. So we're going to keep the 1 and the 7 alive in race number 3. Race 4, the 1, 3, 5, and 8, and wrap it up with the 4 and the 6. Too deep there. And race number 5, that, if my math is correct, should be a $32 ticket when it's all said and done. Remember, a late scratch in race number 3, scratch the 16 heuristic.
And we'll give you all the updated changes as we go through every race here. But, early Pick 5 and late Pick 5. I like the late Pick 5 today. You like the early Pick 5.
Right.
Let's take a look here. Race 1, 5.5 on the main track here for the opener. Claiming 15,000 filly mares 3 and up. And I'm going to go with the 2. Blavatsky, my top pick here from the Patricia Farrow barn. Daniel Centeno rides this 5-year-old mare. Last time this horse was on the main track against Open 16,000 company back in July up at Parks, and whistled home that day by 3.5. Got a strong 68 buyer speed figure that day. So it comes off the turf once again here for Blavatsky. Hopefully I'm not butchering that name too bad, but that's going to be my top pick here in the opener.
Agreed. I think my biggest concern is, they reached in and grabbed this horse off of Kevin Patterson, extremely high percentage trainer. Ran a good race, as you say, was that second off the claim when that race was transferred to the main track at Parks. Took pressure and dealt with a really fast horse, Carolina Gold, and was able to draw away from that one. Carolina Gold came back to win and run a 71-1 by 6. 2 other horses came out of that race to win. Blavatsky, it's the primary speed it certainly looks like. Now, yesterday on the dirt course, outside seemed to be a little bit better.
Right.
Maybe this horse can clear and get off the rail, maybe in the 2 or 3 path and go ahead and dictate. Mineralistic looks like the main threat. The 11 horse kind of goes, it's pretty consistent, turf or dirt. She'll get a really good stalking trip just off of the 2. I really think it's between these 2 to get you started. And once again, one little of note, morning lines today were computer generated. I know we're going to run a little thing, and I didn't mean to offend anybody. There's a couple horses. I saw Dickinson's assistant give me a dirty look coming in. We had him 50-1 on the line. No, it was not me. So, we're going to have to deal with that. Odds will go ahead and be adjusted. Don't know in the future if we can maybe do a little bit of a revision of the line if we see some really big glaring differences. But just take note of that for today's card. But in the opener, the 2 and the 11.
All right, I like the 11. Yeah, Alex Centron having a big weekend. Like you said, he should get a nice stalking trip there on the 11 Mineralistic, who draws in off the AE. And we both like the 10 Southern Peach. Dale Capuano won a couple races last weekend when they were taken off the turf. So he leaves Southern Peach in here. He must be confident about this runner. Chevion Toledo Horacio having a big weekend as well. We both like the peach here for Dale Cap in the opener.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely thriving right now, improved significantly now, and over the last couple months, Dale's doing well. Would not surprise me at all. Southern Peach, somewhere maybe about 3 or 4 out of it is where she'll probably find herself mid-turn. Can she run down the speed?
Okay, we both like the 2, 11, 10, 9 Colt Superfecta there in the opener. Let's turn the page here. Second race kicks off the early pick 4. We'll also start the rolling super high 5 in the second today with that low 15% takeout. We're going a mile and a 16th on the main track here in race 2. It's a maiden claiming 10,000. Filly and mares 3 and up, and I go with the 3, Not About Love, my top pick here. 3-year-old filly by Not for Love for trainer Hammy Smith. Horacio Caramanos, he's also having a big weekend. He was on this filly last time, a good second going a mile, gets an extra 16th of a mile today. I think it's graduation day today for this Not for Love filly, the 3, Not Above Love.
Yeah, stretched out and held a little bit better than what I thought last time. First time blinkers for the 3, Not Above Love last out. This will be second time blinkers on the dirt. We'll have some targets. The 5, do you like that? Looks like some speed, as along with the 7, quick as a flash. It was completely lost any chance last time when stumbling really bad at the break. I think those two go out and set the pace. Not Above Love will stalk, make a move, I think get the lead at some point. I'll take a little bit of a higher price maybe with a 1, though, Proudly. A little upsetter in race number 2 for Tim Woolley. He's a good ROI trainer. We've mentioned that time and time again. Turf to Dirt is a really good angle with an ROI of over $5. Looking back at the breeding, this is a 12th foal for this mare, Stan. Boy, she's been super productive. Runners 67 for 380. Got the tightener at Suffolk on the turf, going around the ground. Why not here? Look for a little better price. Alex Cintron with 3 winners on yesterday's card. I like the 1 Proudly. Not Above Love will be nowhere near 7-2, probably even money 4 to 5 range.
All right, we both like the 1 a little bit here. They've certainly been patient with this 4-year-old daughter, Proud Citizen. Got a decent number up there on for the debut, going long on the turf up there at Suffolk. I throw the 4 in there. Rosetta Red hasn't done much running yet. Second start here in the new barn for trainer Ted Mayer. Jose Barnes had a big long shot winner a couple of days ago with Argento. We'll see if Rosetta Red can wake up here. Second start in the new barn. You throw the 7 in there, quick as a flash for Corrales. Good race, too. Stu starts ago last April. Maybe needed that race on October 1st coming off the layoff.
Might be a little bit of a reach, though, Stan. She looks like the speed of the speed. I think it's going to be all systems go from the outside. Maybe set the pace off the rail. I just don't know if she's going to be able to quite get the mile and 16th.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 3, we finally get back to the turf course. Here we go. Big field here on the, for the 3rd, mile and the 16th on the all-along turf course, claiming 16,000. Never won 2, lifetime 3 and up, and it's a semi-big field. We've had a few scratches in the race, but it held together pretty good. I go to the outside, the 11, Chaco Mont, 8-1 here for trainer Rodney Jenkins. Looking for a little price here in this race, and I like the jump starts going long on the turf. And this 3-year-old gelding broke his maiden last out against maiden 16, so facing winners for the first time today. It's a lot tougher race. You got a decent 58 buyer in that last win. Steve Hamilton and Rodney Jenkins are 26% together. I'll take a shot here with Chacomont. The light bulb went on last out. He's in good form right now. His last 3 races have all been very strong. He's got to continue to keep going in the right direction here in the 3rd today.
Yeah, he certainly looks like he's improving right now, Stanley. And Steve, you got this horse to rate from an outside position and finish. I thought this horse was going to make the move and flatten out, but he was able to sustain the run when breaking the maiden for 16,000. He could be a factor, definitely right back. Slippery slope. Price shot in here. The 16, my original pick was scratched. That was Thoristic. Let's come back to slippery slope. Tossed the last on a yielding turf course, caught wide from the 12-hole. This horse has tactical speed. Reunited with Pimentel. Only got beat 3/4 of the length at this level 3 races back. I think slippery slope can kind of tuck in, get a little cover, get a little finish to the last 1/4 of a mile to square price on the 1, slippery slope.
We're both doing a little price shopping here in the 3rd. The 15 I throw into my exact on the far outside here. The 15 does draw in off the AE Cape Force for Bruno Tesori. Second off the layoff. Horacio Caramanos rides the 15 today. Obviously, the horse needed a race in that October 1st race coming off a long layoff, but a decent maiden win down there at Gulfstream last March during their tough meet. Got a 65 buyer down there, so definitely needed that race last out. It's going to need to improve a lot here second off the layoff. You get Caramanos here. Tesori with 1 win this fall. Cape Force 15 draws in off the AE.
Certainly could be the speed of the speed. I'll come back to the 7, Papa Pablo. I think this might be maybe one of the legitimate closers in this field with Sheldon Russell. Not a bad effort. Was down inside on a yielding turf course, kind of maybe similar to what we're going to get today. Just didn't really follow through, but the blinkers go on. The two-back try was good, right behind Kabang, and he's wild dude, repeat winners.
Sheldon Russell having a big weekend. He rides the 7 Papa Pablo. How about the 2 Beltway Bob? I throw in. We both like the 2 here. Yeah, didn't break had a tough start last out. That was only the second time going long on the turf. The first time last April against Maiden 25 had a wide trip that day. This will be the third time going long on the turf for Beltway Bob, who's by Baltimore Bob, who throws some nice turf runners. We both like the 2 Beltway Bob here at a decent price. Should get a ground-saving trip here on the inside with Forest Boys.
Distance fits completely eliminated at the break last time, but I went back and read the long comment, got a little bit of a late interest comment. I like that. Pick it up at a big price, maybe round out your supers or your tries with the 2 Beltway Bob.
All right, nice price there with the 2. Let's turn the page here. Race 4 is going to kick off the middle pick 4 here in the 4th. We're going 6 furlongs from the main track. Maiden claiming 10,000, filly mares 3 and up, and we have a video spotlight here on both our top picks. The 3 Star 2. This was a good-looking performance coming from off the pace on August 4th here at Laurel Park with Katie Davis aboard. Sheldon Russell rides today for Mike Giral.
Yeah, Star 2 got in a little bit of trouble to the half-mile pole and it really found itself way back. They went pretty quick for this level. 22-1, 46-3, 59-1. A good final time of 105-3. This horse finally got to the outside, though. Was bet heavily down, a beaten favorite at 3-5, but I like the way this horse finished up behind Let Me Slide By You, a big long shot. Was that Bobby Plummer that day, Stan? I think.
Bobby Plummer
at a blow-up price. So this horse finished up well enough and then followed it up with a good race, beating the nose, picks up Sheldon Russell. We're going to see this horse closing on the outside. There's the winner going to split horses. Star 2 to the outside with the white blaze, and about the 5 path is going to rally to get up for the place. You don't want to be 15 lengths out of it, mid-turn, going 5.5 stand, and you're not going to do it. I think this horse is going to be a little bit closer today, as indicated in its last start. A lot of these horses don't have a ton of early speed. If this pace is somewhere moderate around 47 and change, Star 2 shouldn't be more than 3 or 4 out of it turning for home.
She's been knocking on the door at this level. Rider change to Sheldon Russell. Maybe that shakes her up a little bit here and can make the difference today. So we both like the 3. I like the 8 in the exact on the outside here. Majestic pick from the Donnie Barr barn. Katie Davis rides this horse, and a good second 2 starts ago against PA bred Maiden Special Weight Company up there at Penn. Didn't run very well last out, but hopefully this horse can get back to the better effort we saw late August. We both like the 8 here. Should get a good trip with Katie Davis on the outside.
Looks like the speed. The blinkers have gone on. The speed is improved. No doubt should be able to clear this field. Don't like how she kind of gave up the clear lead last time, though. But a little bit of a drop in class should definitely help her, let her stay a little bit longer. Other users, the 1, either part of the entry might work. Do we have anything on the 101 any change of ride or anything, Stan?
The 1A is out.
The 1A is out.
Yep,
okay.
Yep. So and Perez on the 1, Little Miss JoJo.
All right, the Little Miss JoJo, another one. She just found herself kind of similar running style as the 3 Star 2. She even finds herself further back. I just don't know if she's going to be able to kind of make up that ground, and she's going to have enough pace meltdown in front of her.
All right, then I throw the 6 in here. First-time starter from the Net Eubanks barn. They've been patient with this 3-year-old Maryland-bred filly by Dance with Ravens out of an in-case mare. Some old pedigree there on the dam side. Some modest works here at Laurel Park. They're being realistic with this filly, putting her in for maiden 10 for the debut. Gets Lasix in the debut. We'll get a big price on this filly. Carlos Quinones had a nice win yesterday on Mr. Benz, so we'll get a big price here on the 6. Just be quick. And Net Eubanks looking for her first win here this fall. I'll throw the 6 into the mix here for the 4th.
Yeah, Net Eubanks, a little stat for her. 3-year-old maiden claiming first-time starters in her career. ROI is like $3.50, so not bad. And this is a field certainly a stranger could pop up. We've seen Star 2. She's been beaten as a heavy favorite before. My little price shot would be the 5, Mary Sienka for Phil Schoenthal. Second time for the barn. Didn't run a step on the turf, but how many times have we look back and all of a sudden Schoenthal second or third off layup pop up and run a big one? You're like, how'd that happen? Well, it may happen today.
Yeah, the barn's having a big weekend. Schoenthal with 2 wins yesterday. So, all right, let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, nice little carryover building in that 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6, a little over 1,700 today. That starts in race 5 on our 10-race program. Some nice turf races later on in the card. We'll start with all that right after this. Welcome back today. The race is presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter along with Keith Fields. So it's going to be a beautiful Monday afternoon out here at Laurel Park. We have 10 live races, some nice big fields on the turf. Races 1 and 8 are off the turf, but the other ones are on. So we'll get some big handles in those. We're going to be one of the main tracks running in the country today. So we'll have a big simulcast signal out there. So jump on into the big pulls hopefully today here at Laurel Park. Nice little carryover in the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starting in race 5, $1,719 here for the pick 6 today. It starts in the 5th race. I like the late pick 5. That starts in race 6. We'll start with that. But let's take a look. We'll take a look at the 6th race after this. Let's start here, race 5. Nice Virginia bred first level allowance contest. Filly and Mares going a mile on the Dahlia turf course rail at 52 feet here for the 5th. And I go with the 4 Andrasta and Alex Centron having a big weekend. Hammy Smith had a nice win this weekend as well. So strong connections here for the 4 Andrasta. Virginia bred's been running decently against Open Starter Allowance Company going long here at Laurel Park. Decent second at Pimlico last May, so I think the 4 at this level finds a nice soft group here. Should get a good trip here from the inside with a hot rider.
Yeah, Andrasta, Street Miz, they're capable of running in the lower 70s. They've been proven against the Virginia bred company. They can run those kind of numbers. Andrasta off the 2-back race moves outside to inside. It was, had a death trip from the 12 hole. I expect a good stalking trip here today. There's not a ton of speed with the scratches. And Benny, who I thought was going to be awfully tough for Carlin Morgan, is out, right? Stan, you've got Benny out.
Benny is out,
and scratched the 3 crossroads. So I think Andrasta will be forward. Maybe gets the jump on Street Miz. One of these two to get it done in race number 5. Looking for a price, Lily Bay. I know she's a maiden, but she really kind of chased and made an okay move into a quick pace on September the 15th. Non-winners of one other than Filly and Mares that same day, won by In the Lee. I know it was going a mile and 8. The internals were 48-2, 12-3. This was 47-4, 12-1. A little bit quicker, different course, but just enough. I mean, Lily Bay, you might get an okay price with that Blair Caramono's combination in this one.
Sure.
And we'll set sail from the outside.
Yeah, maybe they couldn't get in the race they were trying to get into. Right. So this Virginia bred comes along. The filly's doing well. They throw her in there. I go with the price in my exacta as well here. The 5 Sheet Lightning for trainer Chucky Lawrence. Finally broke her maiden last out late September up there at Delaware. Maiden 10 gets a nice light weight assignment here with the 7-pound apprentice Franklin Sabalos, who's a good riding bug boy, I think. So I'll take a shot with the 5 Sheet Lightning going in the right direction right now for Chucky Lawrence.
All right.
All right, turn the page here. Race 6, nice first level allowance contest for Filly and Mares to kick off the late pick 5. No carryover today, but as always, industry low, 12% takeout on the late pick 5. I have a ticket. Let's take a look. A $32 ticket for me. I'm going to go 4 deep here in race 6. A nice allowance race for going long on the all-along turf course. I'm using the 5, 7, 9, and the 12 here. The 12 is my top pick on the outside. That's Nolan's Kitty for Kelly Rubley, 7-2 with Jevion Toledo aboard. I'm going to single race 7. That's a beat nickel going a mile. I'll single on the Claudio Gonzalez horse, the 4 Wrightwood. And then race 8's a nice 7,500 starter allowance. I'm going to go with the 6 Lawyer Dave in there. And on the outside, the 11 Risky Guy, another main track only horse for Jonathan Maldonado. Yeah. And then race 9, nice 2 other than allowance feature of the day, 5.5 on the all-along turf course. I'll go 4 deep there. Using the 10, my top pick, who's going to be one of the favorites. But I like the 1, Johnny U, at a big 30-1 price there on the inside with Jevion Toledo aboard. Then just 2 deep there in the finale, 4 and the 10. So affordable $32 ticket for me. You can catch my ticket, Keith's tickets, and Tim Tulloch's tickets on the laurelpark.com website under the handicapping section. Let's take a look here at the first leg. Filly and Mare allowance here going long on the all-along turf course. I go to the outside here. The 12, Nolan's Kitty. I think this horse in good form. 4-year-old daughter of Kitten's Joy. Kelly Rubley having a strong fall meet here. This horse a good third against Stakes Company last out up there at Delaware going long. A good third the time before that going 9 furlongs at Delaware. So I think this horse will be lightly raced this year. It's only the 4th start here for this 4-year-old filly. So I think she's coming up to a big race today with Javion Toledo aboard. My top pick here, the 12.
Always a good combination, Toledo for Kelly Rubley. This is a good race.
Yeah.
I settled on the 5, Riley's Choice. I do think she's going to be considerably lower, unfortunately, than the 4-1 computer-generated morning line that we've got. Comes out of a killer field in the Christie Cat up at Belmont. Rublinda, Smiling Causeway, Adorable Miss, 3 next out winners out of that race. You go back to that first try on the turf, win the Pearl Necklace. Right behind I'm Betty G, who's dead game in there and missed by a nose. I'm Betty G came back and ran a big number in the Commonwealth Oaks in 86. Speed, you look at the flow of this race, she may be able to just get to the front and control it. I think she's going to be okay over this type of turf course. Riley's Choice in race 6.
All right, I respect that runner. Good effort in the Pearl Necklace. That was the only time going long on the turf back in July. Good second behind Betty G. And then a nice win going a mile against Allowance Company on the main track here at Laurel Park and got a big number in that turf sprint up there at Belmont with some traffic problems up there. Fergal Lynch having a big weekend. The 5's going to be awfully tough. I use that runner in the exacta. We both like the 7 as well here. Quick-witted runner ran a big race last out. The quick-witted in Greek Mythology. They both come out of the same allowance race. They were second and third behind in the lead. So that was a strong race back on September 15th, I think, for the 7 quick-witted and the 9 Greek Mythology.
Hard to split those two. Greek Mythology definitely had legitimate trouble. Things were a little bit slowed down towards the front end. I expect a little bit better kick from the 9 Greek Mythology. Quick-witted, I don't know where that race came from, but we know the family, humoristic. Maybe she's just getting better. A duplicate puts her into the mix. I think your price shot maybe to use this at 2, Raining Lemons. I know she just broke her maiden last time out, but Mats, he's 25% with maiden fillies and mares when breaking their maiden going a route of ground.
Right.
So I think coming back, this horse was able to overcome the 12 post, made a nice run last time out, moves down to the inside. I think she's going to be okay. She's probably got the best value maybe in your exotics, underneath of the 5.
Yeah, strong connections. The light bulb went on for those Lemon Drop Kid filly. She figured it all out last down. You'll get a big price there with strong connections on the 2 Raining Lemons. That's a nice first level allowance contest to kick off the late pick 5. Let's take a look here. Race 7 to start the late pick 4, going a mile on the main track. Beaten nickel condition here, 3 and up. Haven't won a race in 6 months. Never won 4. We have a video spotlight here on the 4, Wrightwood, from September 24th here at Laurel Park. A very impressive win for the 6-year-old for trainer Claudio Gonzalez. Gets the 7-pound bug boy Franklin Sabalos to ride today.
Yeah, Wrightwood, number 7, that they just kind of cruising up to take command outside of a pair of rivals that were kind of setting a pretty good pace, an okay pace, as you can say, 24, 48, and 13. But this horse on the jam job just absolutely gallops on September 24th. So Torres asked the horse at the top of the stretch and really responds nicely. Goes away eagerly to win by 8.5 lengths, ridden out to the wire. Why is this horse back for 5? That's my biggest concern. That race visually was super strong. I know this barn, they like to win races. They're really not scared of throwing them right in your face. But, man, you can maybe take one shot with this horse. He's got the back class, you see.
Sure.
Going to use, would not leave out of any multi-race gimmicks whatsoever. And if this horse is 7-2, what the computer has just spit out, I'll eat this program.
All right.
This horse will be about 4 to 5 even money. It's going to be much lower, and it will be maybe not a single, but a strong user in everybody's picks 4s, picks 5s, and pick 6s. Let's try to upset the horse with the 1, the old-timer. Papa Portmore returned off of a long, long layoff, made a good move in a very quick pace. I think this horse stretching back out and getting Stevie Hamilton is going to be the key. Maybe take back and circle. Might be able to kind of upset the 4 Wrightwood.
Yeah, big drop in class. The claim box might be active here in the 7th race. So I used the Papa in the exact. If he's ready to go off the layoff here for Sammy Davis, you see only one half-mile work here, so not much to go by, and a tough distance going a mile. But he has won this distance 3 times. So we'll see if Papa Portmore ready to go off the layoff. I use him in the exact. We both like the 7 on the outside. Rare Eagle has been in decent form recently for trainer Timmy Keefe, sprinting here at Laurel Park at this level. A good third coming from off the pace. Last out going 7 furlongs. You would think he's going to like this stretch out to the mile today. He hasn't won at this distance yet, but he's 5 for 6 in the money. So maybe today for the 7 Rare Eagle and Fergal Lynch.
Yeah, he's kind of raced back into shape off of a little bit of a layoff. Definite suspects, the 1, Papa Portmore, the 1 try in a long, long time in the 4 Wrightwood. Why are you not dropping? Why are you running back?
Right.
And he might get the right kind of speed. The 5 Stonescape has speed. I shouldn't say the 5. The 2 Prime Number has plenty of speed. Papa Portmore may go ahead and go.
Right.
And well, so this horse needs the right kind of pace up in front of him. But I like the way he finished and kept on running against the bias. Stayed down inside the entire way on October the 1st and kept on willingly. He's okay. Yeah.
I throw the 5 in there. Stonescape, this 5-year-old gelding's won 2 of his last 3 against 4,000 claimers up there at Penn National. So Kim Gracie brings a sharp runner to town here. 9-2 there on the 5 Stonescape. It's a competitive nickel race here.
Yeah, and it's like I say, you've got question marks. Everybody's going to kind of come on Brightwood, and the 1. You can get past those 2. It's really going to pump up all your multi-race gimmicks.
All right, take a look
and
here.
There's definitely a chance of that happening.
Yep. All right,
Yeah.
race 8, nice 7,500 starter allowance race here in the 8th race. This race off the turf, 5.5 furlongs on the main track here for race 8. I go with the 6, Lawyer Dave, who's in very good form right now for trainer Carla Morgan. The 8-year-old pulled off the upset last out in the punchline, sprinting on the turf, but this horse is pretty good on the main track as well. Was 3rd in a 7,500 starter allowance back in August here at Laurel Park. Same scenario. The race came off the turf, so I like Lawyer Dave. Should get a good trip from the 6-hole here with Steve Hamilton up.
Hey, good to see him win last time out. That was good for the connections. Going to be tough. Put your seatbelt on. He's fine, turf or dirt. He's going to be right into the mix, but Jonathan Maldonado, he's got a rain dance
he's
that he can do.
Did you have a rider on this horse yet?
I did not. Did not get a rider yet on the 11, Risky Guy. I'm going to put him on top. I just think, I know you see that on this kind of layoff, he's 0 for 6. This horse likes Laurel. He's back to the track that he likes, a little freshening. And I think he has maybe a little bit more speed than the rest of these. With him being fresh, he's going to be right on the engine, I believe. I'll take the 11 on top.
Make the rider Carlos Carrasco, who's a bug rider, but you're not going to get the bug weight. Carlos Carrasco, weight 120 still with the 11, Risky Guy.
Right.
So we both like the 6-11 here. We both like the 8 a little bit as well. Put your seatbelt on. Sheldon Russell rides for Bruno Tesori. This horse in good form. Nice win on the turf last out with an 82 Beyer speed figure. He's won a few races on the main track as well, going way back in his career.
No doubt. He's holding really good form, either surface, a definite threat. Shorter field, really kind of hard to separate. I mean, I don't give the 2 really any chance, unfortunately, but 6, 8, or 11, 11 could have a little hiccup off the layoff. One of these other 2 could get it done.
Someone's got to sneak up there for a piece of it. So I throw the 2 in there with Capablanca with the 5-pound apprentice, Jen Miller aboard. Nice win a long time ago. We'll see if the 2 can show up at a big price here in the 8th race. That race off the turf. Okay, we're back on the turf here for the 9th race, going 5.5 furlongs on the all along. Nice 2 other than feature of the day, allowance feature of the day, optional claiming 25,000. I go with some prices all over the place in this race. I get kind of creative. We both like the 10 on top here. My Enigma, sharp win 2 starts ago back in July on a good turf course and a good 3rd last out here late September at Laurel Park. Now 2nd race back off that pre-freshening. This horse a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. You get the lead trainer Claudio Gonzalez. Pimentel having a big weekend. He'll get a nice trouble-free trip, hopefully, on the outside here at the 10.
The horse has been competitive in 3 other than Company. I think he definitely needed the last. Speed didn't come back maybe as much as I thought it would. Was a little bit too late to the party. I like him at this distance. I think Amelia's Wild Ride. I'm going to give him one final shot, the old class horse. Yeah, he's been thrown kind of to the wolves, some troubled trips. Probably the final shot here. If he doesn't do well here, I don't know what the future holds for the 9 Amelia's Wild Ride. And the 1, Johnny Yu. You're in Baltimore, I guess.
Johnny Yu. You gotta like Johnny
Yu, I mean,
right?
the horse has only tried the turf twice. And that was 2nd time off the claim and 2nd turf effort. Really strong behind Uncle Yalch and Caldwell. So Caldwell is a definite user in here. If you like the 2, you got to like the 1. But Caldwell's going to get a great trip, I can see, with Forest Boys. 5 might be a little bit better for this horse, but certainly can't leave out of the mix. The 2 coming off a couple really good races, a string of races at Monmouth and Parks.
I like the Tom Proctor runner in here. The 4 Esposito, 4-year-old son of Go Sapper, gets a 5-pound apprentice, Ashley Crescenzi, to ride a good 3rd sprinting on the turf here at Laurel Park in June. I was a 2 other than going 5.5, came from off the pace that day to finish a good 3rd, and a good 3rd last out going 7 furlongs on the turf up there at Woodbine against Allowance Company. So that's what I really like. I like the cut back from 7 furlongs to 5.5 furlongs here. You get 5 pounds off with the Bug Girl Castrenzi aboard. So I like the 4 Esposito to sneak in there at a decent price for the exacta. And then, yeah, we both like Johnny U. Had to break from the one hole last out at Penn, at Parks. Gets to one hole once again here today. Willard Thompson's 1-for-1 here this fall meet. Why not? Johnny U gets Javion Toledo to ride. It's a big 86 buyer he got last out up there at Parks.
Yeah, that was a strong effort. Got a little bit of a setup. They went awfully quick. I don't know if there's that kind of speed in this race, but I know with Jarvis and Uncle Leo, they're going to be out entertaining the pace. They could kind of maybe heat things up on the front end, which would set it up nicely for the one Johnny U. This is a definite spread race. I don't know how you can narrow it down to maybe 2 or 3 horses. If you can, you're a lot better than us. This is a good horse race right here.
Call will be tough. We talked about that one. Sheldon Russell rides the 3. Mock My Day. Russell on the 3. Driver Steele just missed at this level last out at 7-1. Gets Fergal Lynch aboard today. Going to be right there once again for Ferris Allen. We both we don't have that horse in our top 4, but I think a must use in the multi race. I'm 4 deep on my pick 5 ticket here in race 9. I have the 1, 2, 4, 10, but you'd have to throw the 5 Jarvis Steele in there if you're playing a deeper ticket.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, these horses have some back class. They've run some fast times. They jump up, and you got a nice tune out of nowhere. He can run a big race. We've seen it with this horse. So definitely, if you can, I would spread maybe 4 or 5 deep in race number 9.
All right, nice feature of the day, and we should note the 13 Uncle Leo does draw in off the AE and run. Uncle Leo draws in. Make the rider Katie Davis there for the 13 Uncle Leo for trainer Harold Weiner. And this horse a sharp winner against Allowance Company last out at Delaware. Got a respectable 82 buyer. Gets Katie Davis on the outside. The 13 Uncle Leo could be dangerous in this race.
We don't have him in our top 4. All he does is win. He's 4 for 6 on the turf. Only beaten a length and a quarter by Pure Sensation. Snowdo who came back to win. Yeah. So.
All right, top 2 other than Allowance feature of the day, going 5.5 on the all along there in race 9 to kick off the late daily double. Here we go with race 10, claiming 5,000 filly mares. Never won 2 lifetime, 5.5 furlongs. This is kind of a suspect group, I think. I think trainer John Salzman Jr. is doing the right thing here. This horse, the 10 Wedgwood Blue, my top pick. It took her 9 starts to break the maiden, but the light bulb finally went on last out. Broke the maiden here at Laurel Park against maiden 10. So now the confidence is up for this 4-year-old filly. He does the right thing, puts her right in for the nickel 2 life. Toledo stays aboard. He'll have speed on the outside. He'll get a good trip here for the 10 Wedgwood Blue, my top pick.
And my biggest concern is the 2-back try. She went quick, faded a little bit late. Now the 5.5 is a better deal. She got away with softer fractions when dueling, but she was on the best part of the track on October the 1st. How is she going to deal with the 7, My Lady Munnings, dropping off the claim for Kieran, who had a little excuse at Timonium and was no way. Greeley's busting out over there, just rolled to the front. She wasn't going to make up any ground. I think these 2 establish a pretty quick pace. I like the way Mount Rico overcame trouble at Timonium, closed up nicely. I don't mind the 5.5. I think you're going to see an enhanced run from the 4, Mount Rico.
I like that runner. Coming off a little freshening since that Timonium race. Got in all kinds of trouble there, but a good second at Timonium behind Ken O'Hara. A couple maintenance works here at Laurel Park for this Hugh McMahon filly. We both like the 4. We both like the 1 as well. Arline Steinman first off the claim here for trainer Hugh McMahon. He puts his main jock, Katie Davis, aboard. They wait the 30 days, go right back in here for a nickel. I don't know what happened last out, but the race 2 starts to go for 10,000 to life. A good second that day.
Yeah, that was the only negative indicator we saw. Getting out around the turn. We see that. You don't really like that. This horse has had a little bit of time. They're going to come back for the same level. A couple okay works over this course. The 3-back try was the one to call my eye when it ran real big against the grain of the racetrack. So on July the 8th, don't know if this horse has quite the speed as the 7 or the 10, but might be able to easily get up into a good stalking position with Katie Davis.
And you throw the 3 in there, the Laurie Testament runner, the 3 tack up. This horse has early speed. I was looking at this horse a couple times. 3-year-old filly by Hanson. Wesley Ho will ride. Wesley Ho won on this filly last March in the mud here at Laurel Park, so has some early speed. Last couple races haven't been very good, but this will be the 3rd race back after having a little time off over the summer.
Hard to gauge what's the best tactics for her. To the front, just off of it. Once again, with the speed to her outside, it might force the jockey's hand to take back a little bit and try to make a run. He's going to have to be perfectly timed run to get it done.
All right, hope you're live and all your will pays going into today's finale. Nice 10-race card this afternoon at Laurel Park. We're expecting a big handle.
Yeah.
Will be the big simulcast signal in the country. 4 big fields on the turf. Races 3, 5, 6, and 9. They're on the turf. Races 1 and 8 are off the turf. Nice carryover in the pick 6, a little over 1,700. Tim Tulloch and I will be up this afternoon. Good luck to you.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with our signal, you're kind of new here on a Monday for us. So we welcome you in. I hope you enjoy the card. I think you'll like it.
All right, Dave Robin, he's coming up next with all of today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.